Well, welcome back to the Cap Guy Show. eBay reached out to me today, and I was actually in the middle of listing. I got a phone call from a number I didn't recognize, so I didn't answer it. And then I got an email. When I cleared my emails, I saw that I had an email from the number that was associated with that phone call I'd received. So I called it, and it basically was a salesperson at eBay. And I won't give their name for privacy reasons or the number, but we started talking about sales, and he went through my impressions and my clicks, and we talked about a lot of different things. I got off on tangents because you know me, I kind of do that. And I listened to his suggestions on my ad rates, and of the categories that I was having issues with, it seemed like action figures was the biggest one. And some of the things that he told me, I'm going to tell you and hope that your sales increase, because this last weekend, my sales were decent, but they weren't anywhere near where they should be. And I have over 4,700 listed items. My sales have been fantastic off the Promoted Plus. For those of you who don't know what Promoted Plus means, suggested ad rate plus an extra percentage, and I was running 3.5%. My sales were flying off the shelves, and then all of a sudden they took a dive. So I reset my store, played with the numbers a lot, and my sales just recently have not been very good. And I've been hearing things from people about, the Ox Professor talked about a reset, and people are resetting their stores. I've reset my stores multiple times and still didn't have a lot of sales. So I'm going to try this, and there's no guarantee this is going to work, but I do have a number at eBay now, and we did go through it, and he walked me through a lot of the stuff that I need to do, and I'm going to walk you through it too, because I hope that I can help you get sales, and me too. Let's go. I'm going to show you. Okay, so when you're wanting to do this promotion, you're going to come up to your seller hub here, marketing, advertising dashboard. Guess I'm trying to click too fast there. And then you create a new campaign over here, and then I'll go ahead and click that for you. And then automated, bulk, and simple. It's the automated campaign. And then here's the campaign. And again, if you're ending a campaign and you're starting a new one, your listings are going to show very little bit, 25 or something. And you just keep refreshing your screen until it gets to the number that it should be. And as I said, it's a default of 25%. You need to change that. I was doing the single ad rate, but I'm going to try the automated suggested ad rate. And then again, I'll show you. Stand by. Okay, now this is where I'm going to actually create the campaign, and I've already got it filled out. I've got 4,718 listings. I actually have a little bit more than that, like 4,750, but I'm just going to go with this. I could change these categories if I wanted to, and take away like video games. If I wanted to uncheck that, I could. But as you can see in my categories, clothing and accessories is my number one category, and that encompasses caps and shoes and hats and coats and all that stuff. Video games is second, toys and hobbies, sports cards, collectibles, and the number declines as you scroll. And you see how many categories I have items in. Now I could change that and take away video games, but for this, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try it. I could also change the price range of the items, brands, and condition if I wanted to do that. But for all this is kind of where we were. And I've always done the single ad rate, and maybe that's not where I should be doing it, because he suggested that I set a cap, and it has a default when you pull this up of 25%. But obviously I'm not going to give 25 plus 12.5 as a max. So what I did was I set it at 12%, and that would be the suggested ad rate, above the 12.5 that eBay gets, plus the 30 cents for everything you sell. And then I'm going to do 2%. So I'm going to launch it. And when I launch it, it'll take a little bit. And you can see my impressions just to show you these. My sales are up in the last 31 days. Clicks are down almost 22%. So the numbers are not anything like they were, and you can see the performance has declined quite a bit. Even though I'm playing with this store all the time. Here's some of my sales. I had over 1,700,000 impressions off the last campaign, but it only generated 878 in sales. Whereas a few weeks ago, look what I was doing. Here's 4,300. Here's 6,500, 2,400 in sales off those campaigns. So not to confuse anything, but this is kind of what I'm doing. So the new campaign is now in effect. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll keep you posted, and I'll be back to you. Well, I hope I helped you, and I hope it helps me. And the person that I did talk to is very helpful. I do have his number for future use. If this works, I'll be in touch, and I'll let y'all know what's going on and how it can help. He also mentioned people that are, there's a new thing coming out where you pay for clicks. And I've seen that in some of my listings, my new listings, but I've been declining it. So now it's not showing up anymore. But it's asking me when I list an item if I want to pay for each click of that item. And I'm not going to pay for that, obviously. We talked about that. And then he also said there's a new thing coming out that you can actually bid against somebody else. There'll be a money number that you bid on. And if you win the bid, then you will be at the top of the search, not 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of that particular item. You'll be the number one person at that search. But again, this is my thinking. You tell me below what you think. But I don't want to pay to bid to get my thing number one unless it's worth a ton of money, because I don't want to get into a bidding war of this thing. If my stuff's near the top and I've got a quality price or a competitive price, then my stuff should sell anyway. So keep it competitive. Keep in mind your cost of goods when you're doing this stuff, and you're going to give away some of your profit. But if it generates the sales, if that's the new way eBay is, then that's the way it is. If not, you're going to end up on other platforms. And I did tell him that there's a lot of people that are in social media and YouTube and other platforms that aren't happy right now with their sales and the way things are going at eBay. The auction professor I mentioned, and actually told him to check out that video because there's some things going on and not all of us are happy, and I'm one of them. So if this will help me, hopefully it will help you if you try it, but try it and let me know how it goes, because I'll let you know how it goes for me. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope I helped you. It's Shake and Bake, baby, and I help.